Okay guys, let's warm up. Coming onto the mats, we're gonna do these arm slaps with squats synchronized with breath. So inhale up, exhale forcefully down. So very quickly, inhale up, exhale forcefully down. And we're just trying to build this nice rhythm as we go through this motion, right? Really slapping the arms down, inhale up, slapping the arms down. Really getting our movement and our breath in sync, as well as getting the body warm. That's right. Exhale out, inhale up, exhale down, out, inhale up. Just a few more. And relax. Well done. Okay, onto balance work. We're gonna lift our left leg up, bringing the knee up to hip level. Wrap your hands around the knee if you need to. Otherwise, bring your hands on the side of your hips and maybe try and extend that left leg out as much as you can. Oh, I lost my balance there. That's what happens if you try to force it. Okay, let's switch sides. So right knee up, balance. You can do this version or progress on to the next, which is hands on the side of hips. And then slowly, like I remind you, slowly extend that right leg out. There we go. I have my balance there. Strange, because that's my less balanced side. Hold and slowly release. Okay, we're gonna move on to some hip CARs. Now, CAR stands for Controlled Articulate Rotations. It's part of the FRC system. I really like because it really helps mobilize and protect the health of the hip joint. So you're gonna lift the knee 90 degrees and keep drawing semicircles, but this time in a very slow fashion, more focus on the coverage or the outer limits of the range of movement that you can access. That's what you really want to work on, and just slow it down. And make sure you irradiate your body, which means tighten it up, right? Because you want the whole body to be fixed and then just only moving the left leg. Draw it back inward, nice half circle there, and coming back in. We're just doing 5 on each side, 5 in and 5 out. Good. Inhale, this is probably the stickiest point, and coming through. And switch sides. Now don't be surprised if you reach some points and it feels like, oh my goodness, it's gonna cramp up. That's quite normal. Okay, so right leg up, 90 degrees on the knee, and draw it out. Good. And reverse, bring it in. If you find the balance a little too challenging, you can always use a wall or something like a chair to hang on to as you do this. But make sure you tighten the body so that you notice my body's not moving around. It's only my leg. Okay, nice and slow. Draw it out. And slowly draw it back in. Just a couple more. Inhale. Exhale, draw it out. Again, inhale. Exhale to draw it back forward. And one last one. Inhale. Exhale. Find your balance. And inhale. Exhale. Good. Bring the leg down. Nice work. Okay, moving on. We're gonna bring the mat and push it aside. So we'll work on duck walks again today, but for today's version, we're gonna take it up a notch and make it slightly more challenging. So when you're going through your duck walk, when the leg travels forward, what you want to do is maybe try and find a little bit more hover time, meaning that leg extends out and keeps it straight, almost like a pistol squat, and then bring it back in. See what I mean? So you swerve that leg out and bring it back in. Swerve that leg out, find more balance on the knee, the leg that you're resting on, and then the other leg you extend to create an imbalance. Forces your core to work a lot harder, and it also makes it a little bit more challenging on a hip because like what we warmed up early on with the hip cars, we want to go through as big of a range of motion as possible. Okay, coming back. So notice I'm kind of like flaring my arms out a little bit. This is to create more balance. It's like those wire walkers, right? They put their hands out to the side or hold a beam to create more balance. So this is kind of what you're trying to do. Okay, just a few more before we take a rest. Even I'm losing my balance here. This is challenging stuff. Okay, set your knees down. You can take a break. Whew. Not easy. All right, we're gonna move on to something else before we're coming back for another set. These are knee taps. Basically, we want to work on more control in the lower abdominal region or lower core region. So come to the balls of your feet, and you're gonna slowly lower the knees down with control, tapping on the floor and bringing it back up. Nice and slow, bringing it back up. So lower down slow and bringing it back up. Notice I do use a bit of a slight lean just to create that counterbalance, but most of the stabilization should come from the core region. Okay, nice and slow. We're just doing 10 of these. Breathe out as you lower the knees down. So try to not slam the knees down onto the ground. You don't want to damage those kneecaps. But at the same time, it should touch when you lower it. Okay, shake those legs out, stand up. Oh yeah, you'll definitely feel in the thighs and the ankles and the feet as well. Just because we're in these deep squat positions for such a long time, it's actually really good for the joints. Okay, second set of duck walks. So try once again to see how long you can keep that leg extended out, and maybe even control a little bit more as you swerve the leg back in. Even if you can't get a full extension, that's okay. I'm changing it up a little bit. You can as well. Just going different directions and zigzagging a little bit. That will force you to sort of readjust your balance each time, you know, when you change direction. Good. So I think I'm going in a sort of like a figure 8 trajectory, but you know, you can basically go however or wherever you want. Nice. Good. Use those arms to find your balance, and even turn, coming back. And I think we're good. Yeah, if you need a breather, get a sip of water. Otherwise, we're going to continue on. Second set of knee taps on the ground. So I'm doing it frontal so you can see a little bit better how it looks from the front. Lower down and up. So in the past, when I first started doing these, I thought, you know, you just had to slam the knees down and then pull it back up. Well, I later found out that the challenge is actually how you can lower it down so slow and then just gently graze the floor and come back up. And the less lean you have, the harder it is on your core muscles. Okay. And relax. Well done, guys. Shake those legs out before we move on to our next workout. So the next movement will bring the mat back into the picture, and we're gonna work on the progression towards a pistol squat. So we'll do these chair pose squats, really focus on the centric phase, which is the coming down phase. So what we're looking for is this awareness as we come to a squat, right? First, we're gonna come feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna raise those arms up. And as you bend the knees, shifting the knees forward, loading on the front ankles, you're gonna lower down and push the hips back. And just go as low as you can, before your butt falls onto the mat. That's okay. We want that to happen, because the second round, we want to find where that point is and stop there and then come back up. So for me, it was pretty low, coming down. So your chest needs to fold in just a little bit more, because that will provide some sort of counterbalance. So does the arms. And then you're going to come back up once you reach your lowest point, and then come up fast. Good. We're just doing 5. Exhale to lower down. So just make sure, you really send the knees forward as you're pushing the hips back. That keeps your center somewhat in the middle, or actually over your ankles, which is kind of what you want. And come back up. All right, take a quick rest. We're gonna shake those legs out before we come into our second set. So these are important to do it slow, because we are really trying to find those changes in our center as we lower down to keep ourselves balanced. Okay, nice and slow. Lower down and up. Good. So you want to drive it up quite fast, kind of like a squat. And just be mindful and notice if your knees are caving in, are they bowing out when you're lowering down. You basically want the knees to trace the index toes, right? So that you know that the knees are not wobbly. Lower down nice and slow and up. Exhale to lower down as slow as you can, and come back up and take a quick break. Nice work, guys. Coming back onto the mat, we're gonna come into our downward dog position. Plant those hands, step back, send those hips up towards the ceiling, trying to ground the heels at the same time, and try to create more space between the thighs and the belly. Now step the right foot outside that right hand, coming to our lizard lunge position. And in this position, we're gonna bend the elbows, kind of like a chaturanga, and lower down to get into a deeper position before pressing back up, twisting and raising the right arm up. Okay, we're gonna go for 5. Lower down, exhale, inhale, press back up, and twist and reach. So this whole time, that right leg, just make sure that it's nice and stable. And when you twist, it doesn't cave in towards your body. Okay, press up, twist and reach. Lower down, one last one. And hold. Good. Slowly bring the arm down. And we're gonna bring the right foot into the middle, coming into our active pigeon. So you're gonna rotate that knee out and down towards the floor, coming onto the outer edges of your foot and bring it back in. Just go as low as you can before you come back up. Good. We're just doing 10 of these and holding on that stretch for 10 seconds on the 10th rep. Okay. With each rep, maybe go a little bit deeper. Excellent. Hold. Good. And release. Now we're going to change sides. So step back, downward dog. And we're going to step the left foot outside the left hand now. Coming to our lizard lunge position. Get ready. Make sure the hands are about shoulder width apart, align with the feet on the left foot, and lower down and come up and twist. Lower down, come up and twist. So remember, exhale to lower down, inhale to come back up and twist. Good job. So 2 more. Lower down and twist. One last one. And lower down and twist. Hold. Release. And bring the left foot into the middle. And get into your active pigeons for 2, 3. Extend and rotate. Try to bring the knee as low as possible, coming onto the outer edges for your foot. So these are really good to strengthen the ankles as well as to improve your hip mobility in terms of external rotation. So I would recommend doing these quite often. You're gonna hold here for 10 seconds. Breathe. And release. We're going to come back into our downward dog position and just staying here for a few breaths. Keep sending those hips up towards the ceiling. Always trying to focus to create more length in the upper body, the side body. So really feel that lengthening by pressing your palms into the mat and just create more space between the belly and the thighs. Okay, we're gonna set the knees down and we're gonna come to these half splits that we've been practicing before. Now today's half split is that we want to come from a half split position and lower down into a pistol squat position. So just like how we do, we're gonna first forward fold, just to get that deeper hamstring stretch. And as you come back up, we're gonna slowly sit that left buttock down towards that left heel. Use your hands for balance, and you're gonna just rock back and come to a seated position, okay? So the next one we're gonna do is we hope that when we transition from this half split position into that pistol squat, the butt's gonna remain off the mat and you're gonna be balancing on the left foot and maybe even lift the right foot up. But that's not important right now. Just find that balance and then come down, okay? We'll do one more before we switch sides. So again, extend that right foot, keep those right toes active, sit the left butt down into the heel and transition through and maybe find your balance, lift it up, engage the core, keep extending through that right heel and drop down. Good work. Let's change sides. So now we're gonna extend that left leg out, keep the left toes active, pulling in towards your chest and slowly fold down. Good. So I'm rushing a little bit here. I'm going to reposition because I just remembered I should fold my belly down onto the thigh and extend from my lower back as much as I can, and then only bring the chest and the head down. Good. This might be a little bit more intense for some of you who have really tight hamstrings, but keep a slight bend in that knee if it proves to be really hard. Okay, we're going to transition down to our pistol squat. Lower down nice and slow and find your balance if you can, and slowly lower down. Good. Again, we'll just do two more on the side. You ready? Into the half splits and lower down nice and slow. Use the fingers for balance and come on down. Maybe lift the fingers off. Balance a little bit more, longer, and lower down. Good work. One last one. Yeah, I know these are tough, but try to stay with me. Okay, and nice and slow, lower down. Focus, focus, and balance. Hold. And lower down. Good job, guys. Sit onto our mats. We're gonna come into a deeper forward fold. Yeah, those shorts are a little bit tight for me. That's why I keep readjusting them. Okay, in your L-sits, use your palms to prop your chest up a little bit more so you get that nice 90-degree angle in the hips. Raise the arms up. Inhale, exhale, fold. Reach, reach, reach with the fingers. Trying to go as deep as possible. Folding the belly down towards the thighs. Now you can hold on your shins or your toes if you can reach. And then gently, when you're ready, really try and emphasize on bringing that chin towards your toes. And slowly, once you reach a maximum, bring the chest and the head down. Good. We're staying here for 10 breaths, okay? So deep, long breaths. Make sure you try and use the exhalation phase to get a little bit deeper in your stretch, okay? So it shouldn't be more intense as you stay longer in this position. You should feel more relaxed as time goes by. Breathe. Again, with each exhalation, if you find you can go deeper, go a little bit deeper. Every day is not the same. Some days you might be able to do it, some days not. Okay, slowly come back up, retrace your steps into your L-sit, and release the hands. Good. We're gonna bring the left thigh into the chest and park that left foot outside the right thigh. Just coming into a nice gentle twist. Raise that right arm and park it outside the left thigh. Just keep spreading the chest, opening up the shoulders. Try not to round the back, especially when you're in this twisted position. Release, changing sides. Right thigh into the chest. Make sure you sit upright first. And then take that right foot outside that left thigh, which I'm not doing. I guess I'm not really paying attention there. Lacking that mindfulness. Anyway, bring that left hand outside that right thigh. Coming into this nice twist. Again, try to not allow your body to lean back too much. You can use the right hand as support. And breathe. Not staying here for too long. Coming out. Last item of the day, we're coming into these rock ups into pistol squats. So what we're going to do is assume this pistol squat position and keep the back rounded. You're gonna rock back, and then as you rock up, come onto that left foot. Make sure your entire weight loads onto it and rock back. Good. We're not doing too many of these, just finishing up the workout strong since we are focusing on pistol squats today. So we're just gonna end with this one. And rock up, change legs. Back and rock up, load onto that front ankle and find your balance. Try to hover for at least a second or maybe even two and stay up there for a bit. Definitely got to engage that right thigh and the core as well. Use the arms as counterbalance. And on the next one, rock up and stand if you can. Well, if you did that, congratulations. Your first pistol squat. Well done. Okay, coming back on the mat. We're gonna take a rest now. Relax the body. Good job, guys. Well done. I'll see you in the next workout.